Hello. Tonight it's 8:30 p.m. in Turkey, Izmir, and it's the 15th of October 2023. We are in the middle of the month. Tomorrow we are going to go to the second part of the month of October. There will be only 2.5 months left until the end of this year, 2023. And then we must start predicting what's going to happen in 2024, as if anybody knows what's going to happen in the end of 2023. So I like to start with a joke about economists. In Russia, there is a celebration day of National Day. All the tanks are passing, then the rockets are passing, on carrier, on huge trucks. Army is saluting the president, so all of them are passing, and suddenly you see there is 15-20 people, men and women mixed, waving hands to the public. All of them are like, the men have ties and jackets and dresses. Women also have suits, let's say ladies' suits, and they're all waving hands with glasses. Most of them are with glasses. So this guy is just visiting Russia, asks to the person next to him, okay, I understand the military, the tanks and the aircraft and cannons and missiles. What is this 20 people doing here? He said, those are our most dangerous weapons. They are our economists, okay? So an economist can do more harm than an atomic nuclear bomb, I can tell you. Now you will believe me once you watch this video. I will reflect you the guesses of the best economists picked up by USA, and they are guessing on whether there will be recession, what will be the interest rates, CPI, employment rates, people. So you will see, you can make a guess and enter, put your name in there and just make guesses, just don't even look at it, pick a number from 10 to 100, okay? You'll be there. You won't look funny. I tell you, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed, okay? So now let's go, and I will share you with this file. The file is forwarded to me by Nikki Timirianos. He works in Wall Street Journal, and he has a collection, and he mentioned that economists are not expecting recession. I don't know how he gets this guess, by taking the average maybe, but it doesn't work that way, because on the other hand, there are some economists, they say we see, 90% of a recession, whereas another one says 20% of a recession. I don't expect recession. So how can you take the average and give 60, So this is crazy. Now, I will share the file with you. The file is now attached to this video in the explanation section. So if you want to check it out yourself, you can. So let's go together through it and let's see what happens. But I have to put my sign here. This is important. Maybe it's better not to take any investment advice from economists, okay? Now I'll hide it so that the screen doesn't get closed, okay? So you can see everything clearly. Okay, now we are in the file, and I will follow up from the file. First of all, this is a long file, as you can see. On the very left-hand side here, the name of the economic survey person and the organization they take part in, like Bill Adams in Comerica Bank, Eugenie Jalman, Fuentes Giampiore, Raymond James Financials, Paul Ashford Capital Economics, Daniel Bachman Deloitte Insights. Okay, so these are all like from Visa, Boston College, Nationwide, Wells Fargo. Okay, all the way down, you will see these economists. I colored this section, but I got tired after a while. So just to easy follow up. So you can do it as well, like continue doing like this, add yellow. No, yellow was already there. So add blue and green to Georgia University, Green, National Association of Homeowners. They didn't make a guess, I think. But maybe they may have in the other sections. So I'll just mark it. And Bill Devine, ABN AMRO, okay, banks. So Fannie Mae here, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the mortgage companies. Okay, so let me start from, first section starts with closing yields of 10-year treasury notes. But for the moment, I don't want to waste some time. I will just skip this to the right. There is real GDP annualized growth rate, year-over growth rates, and unemployment, and payrolls, and recession probability. So personal consumption expenditures, core CPI, core CPI, longer run rates. So it's a long choice table, so to make up numbers. Okay, now the probability of a recession in the next 12 months. Now you will see the number differences. Bill Adams, for example, gives 35%. Yeah. So I consider anything below 50, it's not going to happen. So anything above 50, I consider possible, okay? So the economist from Raymond James Financial, 60%. Daniel Bachman from Deloitte Insights, 20%. I will save this file. Please, you save this file also. And in the future, if this thing go way off, don't ever listen to these economists, okay? As per my personal belief, you can ask me, okay, you are an economist, why don't you give us an idea? I would say 100% recession in the coming next 12 months. And I will explain you within the terms of recession, because then you can say, okay, you said recession, but it's soft landing or hard landing, okay? So there is difference. Like this guy gives 60 to recession, which is above 50. But there is another person, Bain West from Visa, they expect 98% recession. Well, I guess Visa knows what they're doing. Everybody spends with Visa cards, And okay, then TS Lombard, Stephen Blitz is 75%. Nationwide, 65%. You can see them red. Red ones, I made them for easy check, but don't think there's only 198%. There is 75, there is 60, there is another 75 from Economist, Mike Cosgrove. I'm not going to mention each name individually. There are also 25% ones, way below 50. So you see how accurately economists can predict 12 months later what's going to happen. So feel free to say 10 when I'm saying 100%, okay? So Georgia State University, and they are teaching people, they say 80. Someone, Rajiv, the one from Georgia State University. So these are, the students are learning from their professors. Fannie Mae, I mentioned you the Freddie Mac, Ebo, was it Freddie Mac? What was he up there? I remember the name. Anyway, Wells Fargo was here at 60. Wells Fargo is popular, And so Societe Generale is 60%. Robert Fry Economics, 80%. They are expecting recession. Okay. Now this section, Goldman Sachs Group, John Hatzius expects only 15%. Okay. It's important group. They expect 15% chance of a recession. And watch this carefully. I'm going to make a quiz in the end, and you won't remember anything. And Rabobank of Netherlands, Philip Murray guesses 75% chance of a U.S. recession. Okay, recession means everything slows down. A lot of companies go bankrupt, they close, and they kick out lots of people, and they start getting benefits from joblessness benefits. It's a benefit. Good. And St. Mary College, Belinda Roman, 70%. Deutsche Bank Securities, 60%. They expect more than 50% recession. 65% from Oxford Economics, Ryan Sweet. KPMG, 20%. Beacon Economics 10%, Crédit Agricole Nicolas Vannes 51%, right above the limit. These are political moves, I think, 50 and 52 and 55, Then you can say, I didn't say low, I didn't say high, I choose 50 and 51. So sounds like it. Then I keep coming down, okay? We see again, this is just summarized, so I didn't mark the ones below. This is for July, August, they never calculate by months, what they've been saying. So up here are the guesses, okay? So you can see the red ones and black ones and decide yourself. But the monetarist economists like Professor Hanke from Johns Hopkins and other monetarist group of Austrian group of economists, they think the recession is already baked in the cake, so there is no going back from it, okay? So these are, and others say 20%, 25%. So I guess you understand what I'm saying. Never take views from an economist, okay? And bet on it or invest based on that. So right now, while we are at it, let me, it's 11 minutes. I'll just go through 10-year notes. They expect by the year end, there is one person from St. Lombard expecting it to stay at 5%. And in next year, he expects it to go to 6%, okay? Whereas these others expect it, except this one, to go down by June 20. This St. Lombard and Deloitte Insights, they expect it to go up instead of going down, the interest rates, okay? And so you have to follow up what they think about the 31st of December as well. So you can check these here. They are mostly expecting numbers from 390 to 460 to 5, for the end of this year. That's only 75 days away, let's say. And most of it is Christmas anyway. So anyway, and they also expect for the June 2025, a year later, end of the year. These are long run, so none of us will remember these, so they can just guess as they like here. So I'll just skip this. And this is the federal funds rate. Now it's at 5.25. This is their guesses by the end of this month. They expect a hike, 5.62.5, 5.87.5, 5.5. Let's say, is there anyone expecting less? They sort of all expect the Fed funds rate to go up maybe one more time. Looks like it. I didn't see any 5 or under 5. So I would assume, it's around 5 to 5.62, range. They keep it high. So they don't expect Fed to drop the interest rates by December. But as you can see, some of them think that by June 24, they will reduce it slightly and then more by the end of 2024. Some of them think they will not reduce it by the mid-June or mid-24. And at the end of the year, they will come down to 4.35, 3.6. Visa says 3.8. So they expect the Fed rates to come down, which is good for gold and for stock exchanges if fund rates really come down. But I'm not sure if this list was prepared before the war in Israel and Middle East, let's say, because it's developing to be a war of the area. And I see there is a new person with 262. That's incredibly good. Gold can go up to many $1,000s if these happen. That's a good guess. Low guesses, and stock exchanges will be happy if they come down so fast by the end of next year. We are talking 14 months later. Okay. Now they have 25, 25. I will pass those. That's too early to talk about it. The real GDP, now this is the measure of recession. If there are two consecutive quarters, like first quarter, second quarter, like you see here, that means that falls into initially accepted. I say initially accepted because economists cannot agree on anything. But before they said the two periods of back-to-back negative growth is considered a recession. So this person is marked a recession. So he must have had a higher point at the recession table. Yes, 60. You see, if you say that and if you put down 20, you look funny. So they must agree. Some numbers should agree. At least you must be that good of an economist. See, this person has two back-to-back quarters. This one also. This one here, St. Lombard has two United States losing growth, okay? 0.72% loss in growth. Wells Fargo is expecting two consecutive losses in GDP. Econoclast is expecting similarly. We're the spokespersons for them. So, but if you say that, you should also put here, you see, negative numbers. Otherwise, you will look silly, when there is a negative growth, 2 quarters consecutively, then you cannot say there won't be a recession, okay? So recession is 2 quarters back to back. I'm repeating myself so you can learn, okay? Look, like here, it's 1, 2, skip, third year, okay? No, this is the real GDP. It ends here, okay? So the second and third quarter, there is no fourth quarter of 2024, so I don't know why they made this like this. First, second, third, there's no fourth quarter, okay, of 24. I didn't prepare the chart, so it's just sent to me. Okay, CPI, like we are expecting every day, by December 23, they don't accept CPI from 350. This is 75 days later. They are so far off even for 75 days later. 350 to 220, 270, 342, 370 Scotiabank, 370 S&P Global Ratings, a person from S&P Global Ratings, UBS 370, Ameriprise Financial 4% inflation. That is twice 100% more than Fed's target inflation. And this one here is SS Economics Sung Won Son 4.5%. Okay, and expects in June 24 4%, 380. So he's got the stickiest inflation guessing from SS Economics Sung Won Son. Okay, he made that estimate. And there are some people like Economic Analysis Associates, they are thinking very optimistically, as you see. And right above, there are people, they think terribly different, twice as much, more than twice as much. So this is being an economist, okay? So there is no shame. You can make a guess, as I said, don't bother. Unemployment, they expect it to reach 4%. Of course, for people who claim there will be a recession, they must go up to like 570%, 540% unemployment by the end of next year. And so 470, 480, 490. So this is when elections will be just finished. So in November or October, when they have elections, they can still stay at 3 and 3.5. So next month they can go up to 5. Then you already voted. It's no problem. Citigroup votes 530, 5% unemployment. Okay, very high unemployment rate. And Citigroup did not give a recession Bank of American Securities didn't. I just wondered why didn't I see them? Okay, personal consumption expenditures, core price PCE is here, longer run rates of Fed, change in GDP, unemployment rate, Fed's fund rate. Anyway, question percent, recession probability. So they have other 3 pages attached to it. I just worked on the, as I said, for a consumer or common investor person, I think what you see in this recession section is good enough idea for you, how well people know their lessons, okay? So before I say goodbye, I present myself again and show my famous, maybe it's better not to take any investment advice from economists. See you again. Bye-bye.